live momentarily. Okay, so I'm coming back over here. Okay, so we're going to move into our committee announcements and reports. First of all, let's start with the announcements from our respective committees. If you have any announcements, let's go that direction. Please give your announcement now.
Political Action will be having a forum in October. We have not selected a date yet, but we will get back with you on that.
Okay. All right. Miss Ingram, I know you have an announcement. Go ahead.
Yes, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. So the I think somebody the Health Committee will be hosting its annual breast cancer awareness walk. It'll be held October 16th at Jordan Park at 3:30 p.m. We hope you all come out and join us and wear your pink. And if you'd like to order a t-shirt, I don't know if it's pulled up so you can see it, but the sizes are for a small or extra large, they're $16, and 2X and 4X are $18, and 5X and up are $20. If you're interested in getting a t-shirt, just contact me at 870-776-0980.
Okay, and I'll be sending it out by email so they can see your flyer and information on the shirts too, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other announcements, executive team? Question. Go ahead.
President Page.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is Angela Henderson. I wanted to announce that the Drew County Health Unit will be doing their drive-through flu clinic next Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it'll be a drive-through and it'll be held at the Drew County Health Unit in Monticello.
Okay. All right.
What is that date again, Miss Angela?
Tuesday,
okay. September 27th.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are there any other announcements? Okay. Mr. Jackson is running late, I know. So he had given us some good educational information that I wanted him to share, but if he gets on before we move on, I'll come back to him and let him update it. Executive team, do you see anything else that we said last night before we move to our convention reports that we might need to make mention of? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to make mention of the Freedom Fund. You guys should have been getting emails from us. And listen, we're going this way. Generally, the committee members would be, leaders would be giving you reports, you guys, but we got a lot of business to take care of. And I just went this way. And then the next time we'll go back through our regular procedure. But the Freedom Fund banquet is October 28th. It is via Zoom, one more year. And our guest speaker is Mr. Antoine Phillips. He is city attorney, Little Rock city attorney. He is an absolutely wonderful young man in law that works for one of the top law firms of Little Rock. Miss Peggy is working on everything, but so far you should have had the information that we are asking again for a $30 donation from all members. My personal plea with you guys is that each member ask for donations for at least 5 other people that you may know, start in your household and get them to make donations. You can see Miss Peggy, or you can go to our website and make that donation. It is there, okay? And then let's see what else about that. I think that's about all. Miss Peggy is not here, so right now. So I'm just trying to make sure please, let's mark the calendar for that, you guys. Even though it is a virtual event, it is a dress-up event. So it is only as special as we make it. So join us, practice your Zoom before then, so that yes, practice your Zoom beforehand so that you can join us, and then put your pretty top on and makeup and join us as well. So it makes it no less important. If you remember the first time we had it was very dress occasion. And excuse me, somebody's ringing my bell at this office. Hold on. Okay, we good. I was just making sure wasn't nobody breaking in on me. And so just be prepared and let's go to work to get those donations in. This is the only time that we have to raise the funds that we do to do the work that we do. Okay, any questions about that? Oh, Miss,
Yes,
I think, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, Madam President, do you know whether or not a flyer is ready for this event?
Well, a save the date type of flyer was sent out by email, but I don't think the main flyer has been made yet. Or Miss Peggy hadn't given it to me to send out yet. I do know that ads, she's already working on the ad booklet. So you guys, I sent the price out. I'm asking each of the members to help go get somebody different to purchase an ad for that book. Contact Miss Peggy and have it camera ready. That's the best way for most people, having it camera ready. Okay, so let's do that. How many is going to help us get this done this year?
Is there a letter available to send to the businesses, patrons, etc.? I know one went out, said family and friends. Does she want that altered and changed to, or does she have another letter?
Don't know, but we'll put.
Does have, she does have
Go ahead.
another letter. She does have another letter.
Okay.
So maybe we can get that emailed out to you all so that you can help get some more funds, raise some more ads. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Oh, you will be involved in the selection of the nominees of the awards. And so as soon as I get the instructions from Ms. Peggy, we'll send those out to the members for you to make your nominations for the different categories that's going to be awarded. That would be something new this year. All right. Okay, so that's it for announcements. Let's go to unfinished business. How many, let's see, Mayoshi, can you join us and give us some update from the state convention?
Yes, ma'am. I'm driving, so hopefully we will not get disconnected. Just getting off work.
Oh,
But
okay.
we, like I say, in attendance at the convention this past weekend up in Little Rock. A lot of it was very information.
She may have cut off. Anybody else on here that was at the convention? I know we gave as executive the ones that joined, but I was just trying to see any other members were here. Okay, well, I will say.
But it was very good. Hope to be able to attend several more of these and just learn more about our NAACP overall.
Okay, all right, thank you.
There's a lot of things out there that's being offered. We just got to get out there and get it.
Okay, absolutely. All right, Chris Ogburn, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Oh, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hey everyone, Chris Ogburn here with Get Loud Arkansas, the Southeast Arkansas organizer. Thank you, President Pace, for giving me a few seconds to speak. Just wanted to inform everyone about Get Loud Arkansas and what we're here to do. We're getting closer to the elections, so really looking forward to having some collaborative efforts with NAACP of Drew County. And that's, I'm gonna say that for right now. And if I'm
Yes.
needed for anything, please let me know. I saw the notification for panelists. I didn't know if that was for me or by accident, but if need be, I can answer any questions if necessary.
Okay. We just go ahead and promote you to panelists so everyone will get a chance to participate in what's going on. Chat is disabled. Why is it? Did you just do it or I did it?
I didn't, she just said her chat is disabled, so I don't know if it's on your end or her end.
Okay. Somebody else said that. I almost think that that's on their end, because anybody else having a problem with their chat?
I am, Madam President.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
Mine is fine.
Okay, everybody else is saying.
President
your-
Pace, mine was not working until you invited me to be a panelist.
There you go. So y'all accept, when I send it out to accept panelists, thank you. That's what you need to do. So that gives you an opportunity to operate everything. That's what that means. Okay, look like you're moving on. That's good. I got 5 still left over there by phone, and I'm not sure. Okay, I sent it out. I sent it out to Miss Hazeline McCray. Okay. All right. And those of you who are just joining us, please put your name in the chat for attendance. I do have, let's pause right here. I have 870-224-6355. Could you please identify yourself for the secretary? And then we have 224-6403. And then 870-822-2119. We need to identify all people present. Okay. All right. Okay, so anyway, at the convention, I'm gonna mention one thing because I don't want to tarry in our meeting and bore you, most definitely. But I am going to mention one of the most, all of it was important that was told to us. I encourage all of you as members, when we send out the information and ask you to attend and to be involved, is very fruitful for our people, for who we represent, and information from health to political to economical, you name it, we need to be involved in it so that we can help our community stay on top of things and we can be involved. Our vision is bold, involved, and equal. The only way that we can make that happen is to actually do it. And the state meeting was absolutely marvelous. All subjects were matters of today that we need to know. One in particular, I will mention, is there are 4 issues on the ballot for our upcoming ballot vote on November 8th. And the one that they asked us to vote against was issue 2. Tell your neighbor, issue 2. I shared it on my Facebook page, and I thought I shared it on the DC page, but I'm gonna ask Wesley if he'll make sure he'll find that information and share it. But issue 2 is a proposed constitutional amendment that was placed on the November ballot by Arkansas legislatures. Issue 2 will end citizen rights to pass ballot measures with a 50% majority, raising it to a 60% vote requirement instead. Now, the example that was given to us by the presenter is, for instance, the pay raises. raising the Arkansas wage. And she made note that it wasn't a partisan situation. It was a nonpartisan situation where there were a lot of Arkansans, regardless of their political choice, they were involved. They came together and voted for this to pass. And so one of the things after that passed is that you got other people on the side who says, well, we got to go and do something because they didn't want it to pass. And so they're causing it to be harder to pass anything on the agenda if it only has 50, and I think she said technically 51%. Now they want to increase it to make it harder to pass issues that the people of Arkansas are concerned about, regardless of the parties that you are part of. So if you see, tell your neighbors, your aunties, uncles, and so forth, they're going to see issue 2 on the ballot, and we're going to stay and address that. We're going to go with the vote against it so that we can continue to keep our legislature accountable and do something in Arkansas that's going to really meet the Arkansans, the need of the Arkansans, okay? No flyer on the page. I'll make sure that everybody gets, you'll get a copy. I'll upload it to you. All right. So next, we have new business, and what you have been seeing is a lot of voter information. I'm gonna give you some dates. We have Operation Push going on with our branch. NAACP is a political organization, really, and the pinnacle point of what we are supposed to be doing is making sure that people vote, making sure that they are registered to vote, making sure the voices are heard. So we have taken on to try and give that push as much as possible. Let me tell you some statistics that came to me that I saw, and I think Chris is on here, but I don't want to go into a lot of details, but I will tell you that out of the amount of Arkansans who are registered to vote, only 4% of those Arkansans voted during the last election. And then in Monticello, Southeast Arkansas, I think it was anywhere from 30 to 35% of our registered voters who actually went to the polls and voted. Guys, we got to do better than that. That means that, you know, we don't trust the system, we don't trust the people, and then we don't have our minds focused either. So let's target people and begin to spread the word that we need to go to the polls because our vote does make a difference. Let's not wait until your family members have a problem. Let's not wait until you know a friend that has a problem. Let's get in the thick of things and become a part of the decision making in this state and in this country. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready now. I'm ready. I'm really ready to make sure that our voices and my voice is heard. So yours can be heard too. So here's some things that we're doing. Voter registration day was today. We kept pushing it out there on our Facebook pages. I text people. We did everything that we could to get you to look inside your household and be accountable for making sure your entire household is registered to vote. Mr. Ogburn has been out, I understand it, out there in the thick of things today to be at different places to get people registered. The next dates that I would like you to look at is October 10th and October 11th and November 3rd. October 10th, which is Columbus Day, we are going to be hosting Operation Push, okay? Operation Push means that we want you to find people, tell people, we're going to be advertising, putting it everywhere we can, that we're going to be at the Monticello Chamber of Commerce from 12 noon to 6 p.m. Registering people to vote. We need your help. I need any members who are off from work or who can come in from work to please contact me or Miss Lou Lambert to let us know if you can come and sit an hour, 30 minutes or whatever, if you can help. We're going to target the millennials and the young adults. So we're going to have some music. We're going to have some food. Enjoy one another. Put your Drew County NAACP t-shirts on, and let's get that going, because we know the next day, October 11th, is the last day to register to vote, to be a part of the November 8th voting. We can still register people, but if you're not registered by 3:30 p.m. on that day, then you will not be able to vote in the upcoming election. So on October 11th, we changed the time. That's going to be from 12 noon to 3:30. So we'll need, they're still going to be at the Chamber of Commerce, and that's targeting all ages who may have missed it on Monday. Come back and we'll be there on Tuesday. And we got some promotional things that's going out to try to help us. So when y'all see it, pass it along, text it, do whatever's necessary to get the news out. The next thing is November 3rd at the Word Church, our religious affairs committee, which is led by Pastor Daryl Daniels, will host the forgot the name of it, but we're going to have, hold on, you guys, give me just a minute. I should have corrected my notes last night, but I can find it. Won't take me long. Okay, so he's hosting an event, Lift Our Nation. So from 4:30 to 5:45, we are going to be having voter registration. We'll be there. And then at 6 o'clock, we will start Lift Our Nation. So you will hear an announcement that he has a speaker, he has worship, prayer, and we're going to pray for the upcoming election, that God will choose the right people, that we're going to do the right thing and believe God for it. But however he going to do it, you don't want to miss it, because he led us in prayer for 10 days. I tell you the truth. That was some kind of prayer we had for 10 days. So y'all show up. Let's show up in droves, and let's pray for our upcoming election, which is important to us. We have the sheriff locally. We got the sheriff's race. We have the mayor's race. Statewide, I think almost all of those are vacant, which we're going to talk to some tonight. But we have the governor's race, the lieutenant governor, secretary of state, all of those people that we are voting for, and that we're making decisions over our lives. So we want you to be there so we can really go to God, so that this thing can be in order with him. Okay. And that's all that I have on that. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing. We will have posters that'll be going up in the high schools, both Drew Central and Monticello. So if you have any relatives out there, tell them look for it, because we want to influence our 18-year-olds to vote, and those coming up to know how important it is. So you will be represented in the school districts, and that's our full voter registration campaign. All right, next, we're going to have our branch election. That's why we really wanted a lot of you members on here. I'm going to turn it over to Secretary Ben so she can lead us in what we're supposed to do next with our branch election committee nominations.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, President. As the general membership, this is our election year, and we have some procedures that we need to follow. And one of the things that we are required for this month, for September, is to elect a nominating committee. And that committee can be no less than 5 and no more than 15. And only 2 can be of the executive committee. So President, we are ready to start open the nomination for the election of the committee.
Okay. All right, so the floor is open for election committee nominations. Let's start nominating committee members.
Madam President, I nominate Melanie Rawls.
Okay. You say we need at least 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Next.
also, President, I nominate Secretary Benz nominate Angela Anderson.
Okay. Leonard.
Uh,
Yeah, come on.
I, Jerome Page, nominate Myosha Leonard.
Okay. More nominations?
I, Angela Anderson, nominate Kathy Campbell.
Okay. All right. And they have to be present to nominate. Is that true? That's right.
Yes, I think so,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. And they have to have been a member by May.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, double checking. Okay, well, I would like to nominate Mr. Jerome Pace.
All right, President, I move that we close the nomination with those 5 members.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Now, do we have to have an alternate for that?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
We actually
All
can
right.
have up to 15. We may be closing it a little too soon.
okay,
We have, it's just my, it's up to the general membership. But I
Okay.
don't think we need no more than 5. That's my opinion.
okay. So that is still open then. So is there any other nominations? It's okay, y'all can nominate. Okay, does everyone nominated except, now what if, my question, Secretary, what if one of these that have been nominated decide to run for office?
Then they cannot be on the nomination committee. They cannot be
Okay.
on that committee.
Okay, so would it be safe to go ahead and see if we can get at least 2 more nominations in the event that somebody that we didn't know was contemplating running for office?
Okay, those 5, are they running for office? The one we have nominated? Do they
We don't
know? Are
know.
they contemplating?
Don't know yet.
But we can, you can still nominate additional 2.
Okay, let's nominate you guys. Let's come on. Let's not tarry. Let's nominate at least 2 more. And then that way we'll be covered.
I nominate Regina Lindsay.
You nominate more than once?
Can you nominate more than once?
Yes.
Madam President, I nominate Dr. Chris.
Okay.
Who?
I, Jerome Page, nominate Miss Luella Lambert.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
I didn't.
I nominate Miss Regina Lindsay.
Okay, we got her. Okay.
Seemed like somebody nominated somebody else.
Lou Lambert.
No, I
Jerome.
thought it was someone else too.
It was somebody else that was talking over, no, Jerome.
Okay. All right. All right, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And can we have a let's see, Ms. Pace nominate? Okay, Mr. Pace, yes, we got that. All right, so can we close the have a motion to close the nominations?
Madam President, I move that we close the nomination.
I, Kathy Campbell, second it.
Okay, it's been moved in second to close the election committee nominations. All in favor, vote aye in your chat, please. All right, so that was seamless. Thank you, Lord.
Okay, President,
Yes,
okay, since we have, the nomination is closed and we have elected our committee, within 10 days of the election of the nominated committee, the branch secretary shall call the first meeting of the committee and provide the committee with an update list of current members and members of the executive committee, the numbers of the term served, and membership eligibility. So within 10 days, I will be calling it, if I'm correct, within 10 days of the election, I will be calling a meeting, the first meeting of the committee.
okay. And then y'all will decide on the lead person and all of that, correct?
Yes, they say the first order of business is to elect a chairperson and a secretary.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. As we said that this is our election year, so from president, vice president, secretary, assistant secretary, treasurer, assistant treasurer, and members at large are our officers, and any of you in good standing can run for either office. Okay.
So Madam President, just encourage them to get their forms, they can in.
Okay, so if you do intend, the secretary had sent out forms, we'll do a repeat and send the forms out again in case you missed it, so that you can go ahead and submit your form for the office that you're running for, okay? All right, so now I think we're coming to our candidate forum. Are any of the candidates on live with us already that are here to for us to speak with tonight? I know we were supposed to start around 7, but some of them may have come in already.
Madam President,
Yes.
I don't know what you saw in the chat. Vice President Bettina Randolph is on, but she says she's having an issue with her volume. She can't, her audio.
Okay. All right. Well, would you go ahead and assist if she doesn't get that straightened out? Okay, you guys. So Secretary, I think you can put that down, and let's see if we have any other candidates are on our let me go over here and try to let people in. Somebody told me that Mr. Wardlaw, did I say that right, is already on. We finished a little early, you guys. Earlier than I thought. So let me see. Do I see him? Do I see anybody else? I don't see the name. Okay. I got some more that's coming in right now. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left. Do we have any other announcements or order of business while we're waiting that we should take care of? Anyone?
Madam President,
Yes,
if I can have the floor for about 2 or 3 minutes.
you sure can.
Okay, so hey, let me put my camera on. Hey everyone, Chris Ogburn here from Get Loud, Arkansas. So today is National Voter Registration Day. As you've probably seen on social media or have heard from President Pace, I've been doing my best just to get around to the different counties, and it has so far been a 1-2-man wrecking crew. I want to shout out Miss Peggy Orr for being such a phenomenal help, and would really encourage the general membership to provide more efforts now that we are getting closer to the election. There are a couple of ways that we can get involved. I do a weekly text banking training. I can get that information sent to you guys. If anybody is interested, downloading an app and helping us reaching inconsistent or low turnout voters. That's what Get Loud Arkansas is focusing on, moving into early voting. There are a lot of people registered to vote, but we really have to reach these people and start encouraging them to get out and use their voice. So every week, Tuesday or Thursday, Get Loud Arkansas will be hosting a text banking training program. That's every Tuesday and Thursday. I will send the information through President Pace so it can be distributed to the general members in a mass, maybe email or text. And if you have any questions moving forward or is interested, please reach out so we can get you registered and we can get you trained. In addition to that, please be mindful about mobilization and your neighbors, your family, your friends, your coworkers, anybody you're working with, have that conversation. Have you voted? Are you registered to vote? And will you vote this year? Those are the 3 questions you can ask just about any single person that you come across. And I understand it. Politics is hard. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to be divided. Democrat, Republican, I get all that. But at the end of the day, Drew County has a special election that I would really like to see get done. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to say no races, but I understand the purpose of what Drew County needs to get done. And if you care as much over the last couple of years and issues and situations we've been dealing with, then you will have those difficult conversations. You will ask those questions. So those are the 2 things I want to point out. Text banking training every week, Tuesday or Thursday. I'll get that information forwarded to President Pace and start thinking about voter mobilization. Thank you so much, President.
Okay. And
President-
I just was informed, I'm gonna let you ask a question. I just want y'all to know, I was just informed that Mr. Chris Jones, who's running for governor, will be with us momentarily. Please don't go anywhere. Okay, Ms. Lambert, go ahead.
President,
Yes.
go ahead, Ms. Lou.
No, I didn't have a question. That was secretary.
Oh, okay.
President,
Yes, ma'am.
we have made a error in the
Mhm.
nomination. Remember, the rule is no more than 2 executive members on the nominated committee, and we have 3 on there.
Okay. Jerome
we
said take
have-
him off. He resolved it.
Okay,
take
that
me
will be 6, but we need a odd number.
Oh, so we need one more that's not an executive member.
Yes.
Okay. Let's nominate Miss Hazeline McCray.
Okay.
Is she
She's on.
here?
the-
Yes, she's on.
Okay. So do we need to vote on this? Or can we
Yes.
just?
Did you
Huh?
did you have a motion? Yeah, since they supposed to be elected, so let's have a motion.
Okay, well, I motion, no, I'm sorry, I can't motion. Can I get a motion to add Ms. Hazeline McCray to the nominating committee and to delete Mr. Jerome Pace from that committee due to the fact that he is a part of the executive committee?
Madam President, this is Lindsay. I move that in lieu of the fact that Mr. Pace is on the committee already, that he be removed and Ms. Hazeline McCray be entered in his stead.
I second it, Kathy Campbell.
Okay, it's been moved in second by Ms. Regina Lindsay and Kathy Campbell to accept the replacement of Ms. Hazel Lean McCray on the committee and remove Mr. Jerome Pace. All in favor, vote aye in the chat, please. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, all right. look like y'all, it look like the motion carried. So it is done. Okay, so are there any other announcements that maybe we can bring forward? Or can I get you guys to hold? Don't want you to go anywhere if you have to walk away. But we do have the candidate for Arkansas governor. I know that Mr. Outlaw was coming, and let me see, have their names here. Miss James is going to be present, but of course they were expecting 7 o'clock and not any earlier. Okay, so okay, so what we'll do is we'll take this break, but I don't want y'all to close out on me. Will everybody stay with us as the candidates join us at 7? Can I get you to do that, please?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You can ask Ms. Cathy to sing a solo for us.
Did y'all hear me?
Turn your mic up.
That's okay.
I did the solo. I guess y'all just didn't hear me, but I'm not good on going behind myself. But since Miss Lindsay asked me to solo, let's give her a hand that she come on with it.
Okay.
It's gotta be solo, no, none of you will hear.
Really, none of y'all really wanted to hear it. I'm talking about myself though.
Ms. Pace. Madam President.
I was mute.
Yes, ma'am. While we're waiting, I would like to plug this in. Sometimes we forget about our absentee ballots, those who are eligible to receive ballots, as we encourage people to get out to vote, become designated barrier for those people who cannot make it out. And let's watch the deadlines on those and make sure those ballots are completed and get them back timely. The nursing home now have begun to take care of those residents in the nursing home who want to vote, but it's always good just to follow up and to make sure their ballots are cast the way your loved one wants them cast. So it is important that we be involved in the total process. I just like to encourage, and if you need voter registration form, we have those available. You can always get them at various locations, including the courthouse, and you may have to take them back, but it doesn't end there. We may have to just take some people to the poll.
I forgot that you guys, we have applied for a grant to help cover what we are doing. We have gone to the second phase of that grant. Yet we have yet to hear from them as to whether we are going to be awarded. But in the plan that was submitted for the grant, since Ms. Lambert mentioned that, we did ask for funds to cover get 2 vans from 2 churches in the city and get some people to drive and take people to the polls on that day. So there's plenty of work to be done, and I just thank you guys for joining tonight, and I pray that you will see the need to continue to be an active part of the NAACP. We got some great things, And if there's something that you see that we have not done that you want to do, all you gotta do is let us know. You have chair people for these committees. You can get to the chairperson, myself, any officer, and let's see what we can do about it, okay? We are open. Mr. Carnicle has some information. I think that he's putting out. Ms. Lambert, is there anything else we need to know about this voting? I know that some people don't know that their children who are off at college can vote. Nursing home, that kind of thing. That's what she was talking about. So you can pick up a packet for them, Ms. Lambert. Can you explain that procedure?
Yes, you can go to the courthouse, get their, whoever the voter is, get their ID. They usually ask when you return, you know, get an ID or whatever. It'd be good just to get that. But go in and let them know who you are, the designated barrier for. I think you can only do 2. That's what it's been in past election, 2. But that'd be 2 more if they are homebound or if they're away in college. Their job would take them away. Perhaps they have a doctor appointment on that particular day. We do encourage, by all means, encourage early voting. If any way you can vote early, or your neighbors, your loved one, your church member, whoever, encourage them to do early voting. But in the event, everybody do not take advantage of the early voting. We don't want to miss those individuals. You can just look around. A lot of us got church members who are homebound, and we need to contact those individuals to make sure someone is making sure that they vote. We don't want to miss them because they're incapacitated or whatever. So again, like I said, let's everybody get involved in the process.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Oh, okay. Miss Lena just mentioned that I didn't mention the MLK committee tonight. We are moving forward with that, and our committee members. Let me grab my notes on that. We are moving forward in the Drew County NAACP. Let's see, you mentioned that. Okay, members: Constance Williams, Keith Wells, Angela Anderson, Anthony Jackson, Al Peer, Bettina Randolph, and I think I'm missing Sharonda Forte. And there was one more that's not on my corrected. Secretary, do you remember that one more person? Oh, Mayoshi Leonard. That's who it is. That's your MLK committee. And we will start meeting this month and put ideas together for our celebration. All right. So I see those of you, I am trying to promote you to panelists. It's not going to do anything out of the way. You just have to join as panelists so that you can get a chance to chat and have all access that you need. So join us as panelists. It won't turn your visual on if you don't want it on. But it will give you full access. Do we have any of our guests on the line yet? Okay. All right. I think that is about all. So we're just going to, I'll let you know this then. I was not going to put all this in a meeting because I thought it might take us a little long with the nominations, but we have t-shirts left. We have NAACP t-shirts. If you can see my shirt, this logo is our official logo right here. And so I have some shirts left, and here's the sizes that I have left in the white shirts. I have 2 small, 1 medium, and 1 2X large. That is in small. Again, that's 2 small, one medium, and one 2X. In black, I have 2 small, 1 medium, 1 extra large, 1 2X, 1 3X, and 1 5X. So if you would like a t-shirt, let me know, place it. I'm here representing Chris until he's able to join. Okay, Darren, okay. Okay, Darren Gaines. Okay, great. Okay, so you guys, we ask that you get your shirts. The official colors are the black and the white. If I call for our official colors, I will call for those depending on what the event is for, so that you can wear those. And then, of course, everybody knows who makes the shirts for us, and you getting different colors and so forth to represent. That's on your own. But these are the 2 official colors. This is our official logo with Drew County on it. And we ask that you use that at all times. And we would like for you to make sure that you have both a black and a white t-shirt. Okay, so just chat with me afterwards. Okay, we got a representative that's here. It's 6:59. She's here, Dara Gaines, on behalf of Mr. Chris Jones until he is able to join. He is running for the Arkansas, as for Arkansas governor. He is the first, the way I understand it, the first African-American who has been even close to running for this position. And we are appreciative of that opportunity. That's a milestone for Arkansas, not just us, but for Arkansas. I see that we have Mr. Jeffrey Wardlaw, who is joining in at this point. I'm kind of, because I wasn't provided the list of those who were actually going to join, it sounds like I'm all over the place, but you're going to have to introduce yourself and your position when we get to it. So let's see, I'm trying to see, seemed like I saw somebody else. So do we have anybody else? Hey, Diana Horton. Yes. Jeff Wardlaw is the incumbent. Yes. Okay. Hey, Diana.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, good.
Okay. So Jeff Wardlaw is the incumbent of the, is that the, oops, I forgot the district. Tell us about it, Mr. Wardlaw, since you're here. We want to start us off. Now, guys, listen, we know this is the way we're going to play this game. We actually know that everyone here that's talking tonight is running for office, right? So what I've said is they get an opportunity to sell themselves to the fullest. Even those who are joining in on Facebook get a chance to give a shout out to the opponent of their choice. The only thing we don't get a chance to do is to be rude, indignant, and all of that above, okay? Because we want to have good, clean conversation. We want them, I've given them a minute to a few minutes to introduce themselves and why they think they would be the best candidate of choice, okay? So with that being said, let's see, I'm looking, Mr. Wardlaw, are you ready? Who is also a member of the NAACP, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Okay, then go ahead, tell us about your position and everything, and then tell us about yourself and what your platform is for running for your position.
Yes, ma'am. Jeff Wardlaw. I've represented District 8 for the last 12 years in the House of Representatives. Can't tell you how honored I am and grateful I am for the voters of District 8. Going into 2022, we're doing redistricting. I now will represent District 94, and District 94 is quite a bit different. We'll represent parts of DeShay County, 90% of Drew County, and about 45% of the landmass of Bradley County, but about 80% of the population of Bradley County. So very excited to do that. My platform has always been to make sure that we can grow Southeast Arkansas. And what that means is that we do the best we can with our public education in Southeast Arkansas. We do more than the best we can with UAM. UAM is our higher ed institution for Southeast Arkansas, with a satellite in McGee and Crossett, and hopefully a satellite in Warren soon over in the CBEC Center. Also, what that means is that we offer just as good a healthcare in rural Delta Southeast Arkansas as they offer in Little Rock. One thing I'm proud of recently is I chaired the Legislative Council, and last month we insured the rescue money for hospitals. And everybody goes, what does that mean? Well, our medium classification hospitals in Southeast Arkansas have been hit really, really hard. I don't know how many saw the news article on Monticello a few weeks ago. They were losing upwards of $1.6 million a month. And there's some good news to that. They still lost money in August, but it was only about $800,000, which means we're fixing that bleed because we cut it in half from July to August. But what we were able to do is set aside $60 million for hospital aid in council. And we were able to save the Camden Hospital. Camden's not in our district, but Camden is still very important to South Arkansas. And we moved $6.5 million roughly to Camden to save that hospital. So that's the kind of things I want to continue to do for District 94. I want to be there to make sure that we can have accessibility to good health care. I want to be there to make sure that our kids, which is our future, have the best quality education. And I also want to take care of our elderly and our veterans who paved the way for people like myself and my kids to have this great land to call home. My grandpa said it best before he died. He said, my dream was only that my 4 kids lived as close to me as possible. All 4 of his kids live within a 10-mile radius. My dad told me shortly after that his dream was that his 3 kids were able to stay in Bradley County and have opportunities. I can tell you that his 3 kids all live in that same 10-mile radius. And my dream today is the same dream each one of you should have. And that's that my 6 kids stay within this same radius as well. And that's what makes South Arkansas great, is that we are able to offer those opportunities to keep our loved ones close and dear. So with that, I would be happy to take any questions.
Okay. What we'll do is, Ms. Randolph, you still we're not able to, she's having technical difficulties. We generally say.
Can you hear me now?
I do now. Yes.
Okay. I am on. Thanks, you guys. Unfortunately, I'm not by video, but Mr. Wardlaw, we thank you for introducing yourself. And so, President Pace, do we want to go ahead and go to the next candidate to introduce themselves and then come back for questions?
Yes, please. Okay. What other candidates have joined us right now? You'll have to introduce yourself because I did not get a list of people. Okay, so go to Ms. Gaines is here to represent the Mr. Chris Jones. Bettina.
Okay, we'll go on and have that introduction.
Sure, thank y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dara Gaines, and I am the Deputy Field Director for Chris Jones. He's running for governor of Arkansas. He just actually asked me to email him this link because for some reason he can't see it. So I'm doing that and trying to walk. But yeah, so Chris Jones is a native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and he is back here after going to school at Morehouse and receiving 2 degrees there on a NASA scholarship. And then he went to MIT, where he received a master's degree in urban planning. Oh, sorry, a master's degree in nuclear engineering and a PhD in urban planning. And he returned to Arkansas a few years back to run the Arkansas Regional Innovation Hub, which is a place for entrepreneurs to get experience with their businesses and try out new things and really build them up. And he's ready to lead the state with PB&J, which is preschool, broadband, and jobs. He is a father to 3 girls and a husband to an Army veteran and Air Force veteran and ER doctor, Dr. Geraldine Jones. So he knows how important it is to not only have high quality education for our kids, but also have resources and access for everyone in the state. And I'm happy to talk to y'all about anything else that's on your mind about Chris Jones, but I know you would prefer to hear it from him. So I'm working my hardest to get him this link right
He's
now.
got it. He's got it. All right, go ahead. Welcome, Mr. Jones.
Hey, thank you. How are you all?
We're doing wonderful.
Good. Well, I think Dara may have gone over I heard her go over the really exciting stuff, particularly spreading PB&J across the state, which is what we have to do together. So I'll say a couple things, and then if it's helpful, maybe I'll open up for questions. Say in this moment, in a moment we have this election, and the choice, as I see it, is between community and chaos. And I tell you, as I've traveled the state in all 75 counties, our Kansans are saying they're ready for community. They're ready for us to come together as a unified Arkansas to really work on and address the challenges we face and lift up everyone in Arkansas, because that's what it's about, providing opportunities for us all. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the pathway, and what I'm even more excited about is the work that you all will do in helping us get out of the bottom of voter registration and voter turnout, and in helping us engage the 1 million Arkansans who could have voted last cycle but didn't, and in helping us turn out the vote in November, so that we can make sure that everyone's voice is heard, because that's what a functioning and vibrant democracy is about hearing everyone's voice. So I'll end on this note before questions, because again, I know Derek covered a lot, and that is that I think when I've gotten asked the question, what is the most important thing that can be done? Of course, it's education, infrastructure, and economic development, but it's also a couple things that matter. And that is, we're in a moment where we need compassion and love for each other. We're in a moment where we have to really cut past the division and the otherism and the stigmatism in order to really address problems of drug addiction and mental health abuse and healthcare access and the like. So we're in that moment. And in this moment, I know that it's going to be love that actually helps us to win. Love for each other, love for our neighbors, love for those we don't know. That's going to allow us to win both in November, but also win for the future of Arkansas. So again, I'm in the car riding back from Fayetteville, but I'm really glad to be able to spend a little bit of time with you all, and I hand the mic back over.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry, Bettina.
Okay, thanks so much, Chris Jones. So do we have any other candidates on that would like to introduce themselves? President Pace, have you seen anyone else log on?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, I do have a couple of questions for the two that we do have tonight. First question is for Mr. Wardlaw, and it was a two-part question. The first one is, what are your highest priorities for Arkansas if elected?
I guess it would help if I'd unmute. I think number one, my first priority is education for our kids, because without the kids, we don't have a future. Number two would be absolutely access to good quality healthcare and ability to offer that healthcare to as many individuals as possible.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And the other part of that question was, what has been your most significant accomplishment during your current term?
Thank you. I would think that my most significant accomplishment has been I got to submit and do a study and redo all employee benefits for state employees and the state teachers. We just finished this accomplishment in February. I ran all 9 bills through the fiscal session. We were able to pass those bills, and we were for the first time able to go into open enrollment without an increase to healthcare for our state employees and our teachers. So that was a significant raise. What that actually did also was it raised the retirement amount of money that the retirees actually keep in their pocket. So we were able to sign up with the federal government on a Medicare Advantage plan, and the insurance for the retirees is $17. Hold your whistles. It's not too good to be true. It is $17 a month for the retirees, for state employees and our Arkansas retired teachers. So that is something that I'm very, very, very proud of, and very happy that I got to play a part in it. But as chair of council and my co-chairman, Senator Terry Rice, we were able to set in and run all of those bills through, listen to 2 years of study. That started with the department trying to cut pharmacy benefits from state retirees. The state teachers had lost their pharmacy benefits in 2007. So one of my goals in that study was to be sure that we reinstated those benefits for the teachers, and that we made the plan as equal as possible for the employees of the state and our employees of our public school system. And we were able to accomplish both goals and do that and save money in the process. We end up saving about $400 million overall annually. So it's a big deal. Very proud of it, as you can tell.
Awesome. And thank you for that. I do have a question in the chat. Give me just a moment. Let me switch over. Okay, I'm going to move over to Chris Jones, if he's still on.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Jones, we have a question. Will you as governor address teacher salaries?
Yeah, so absolutely. If you look at my website at chrisforgovernor.com, chrisforgovernor.com, I do lay out a teacher pay plus plan. Now, before I briefly mention what that's about, I want to say that we talk about realizing our potential. We talk about providing opportunity for everyone. We talk about Arkansas getting from the bottom to the top. That is possible when we have high quality education for everyone. And high quality education is possible when we have teachers that are supported, that are well paid, and that feel like they can do their job with surrounded by community. So, certainly as the son of an educator, my mom was an educator for over 40 years. I've taught high school myself. I know that our teachers who are paid the lowest pay in the region, Mississippi teachers starting out make more than Arkansas teachers. I would certainly want to increase teacher pay. And my plan actually follows Governor Hutchinson's plan. He laid out a very sustainable teacher pay plan that starts with increasing the floor from 36 to 46. And then my plan also includes using the bonus, using the surplus to of $1.6 billion to provide a bonus for teachers and staff. These are things that we can do to ensure that our teachers are not living in such a way or being paid in such a way that they have to live on food stamps. It makes no sense for our teachers, and I certainly want to support them because they are critical to our quality education.
Mr. Chris, while you are on education and teachers, I have another question that came in that said, what will you do to maintain quality teachers in the classroom? And also, what do you think the range of pay should be for beginning teachers?
Yeah, again, appreciate that question. Certainly pay is an important part of maintaining teachers. We're losing teachers at a higher rate than we should. We're not bringing teachers into the system, into the pipeline. Part of how we prevent from teachers from leaving the system is by supporting them, by making sure they're paid well, by making sure they have access to healthcare, by making sure that they're wholly supported by the community, by the state. The other thing that is important to your question is what do we raise it to? And again, you look at our starting salary right now, it's $36,000. I support Governor Hutchinson's plan of raising the floor to $46,000 because we know, based on the numbers they've run, that it is sustainable. And we certainly don't want to do anything that would blow up the state budget. As an engineer, I firmly believe in efficiency and sustainability. And so we have to be efficient with our budget and the dollars, but we also have to make sure we're sustainable with them. And I think that plan does that.
Thank you so much for those answers. I'm going to move over to Mr. Wardlaw. Let me get back to the chat. Okay, Mr. Wardlaw, I have two questions. Let me go back to the first one. What are your thoughts about lowering the LLC franchise taxes to $50, which is similar to what Mississippi does for their LLC?
I haven't looked at the incorporation fees, so I don't want to comment that I'm in favor of lowering them until I look at that, but I would like to look at the impact and what that would mean to the Secretary of State's office. At a first glance, I'm all for it. I'm good with it, but before I speak and say that, I would want to look and see what that impact would look like to the state to make sure. It's easy to sit and say you're for lowering something until you actually look at it and calculate and see where those fees actually go. You need to make educated answers. So I'm not going to sit and give you a political answer. I would tell you that I will be glad to look into it and look why Mississippi done it and if we can follow suit.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer and not answering basically prematurely without having the research done.
Right.
There's another question in the chat that says, how essential, and this is for you also, Mr. Wardlaw, how essential is broadband accessibility to rural Arkansas and the economic growth of Southeast Arkansas?
I think it's vital. I didn't talk about that a lot in the beginning, but in order to have a good educational program for our kids, we have to have broadband access. We have to ensure that we have another outbreak, such as we had the last 2 years, that kids can get access to full quality internet and video quality so they can take school at home if that's what it calls for. I'm not for school at home. I'm for school in a classroom, but we have to be prepared for that. We also have to be prepared for the new market. One thing you saw today is a study came out today that showed state employees would rather work from home, and the efficiency level from that was really high from that study. So in order for them to be able to do that and work from home and to be good representatives of the state, they have to have good access to the internet. So there's multiple reasons why good quality access is important. And if you can look back over the last few years of my service, you'll see that I've always supported all the grants that we've had come out and all the grants that we're going to do in the future. We just got our map back a few months ago. If you saw in the newspaper a couple weeks ago, we allocated another $48 million to broadband expansion. A lot of those projects are being completed at the moment. So therefore people will start being hooked up to them. So I can't wait till we all have good fiber internet right to our doorstep and are able to get on the high-speed highway at our house.
Thank you. And Mr. Wardlaw, while you are still talking, I think I have one question left. Why do you think you're more qualified for this position than your competitor? If you will, give 3 specific examples.
I would tell you that I'm not going to pit myself against my opponent. I'm running for the seat as Jeff Wardlaw. He's running for the seat as him. Therefore, it's not that I'm better than him. I want people to look at my personal resume. I've served 12 years in the legislature for Southeast Arkansas. I've brought back numerous projects, numerous economic development projects. I've been able to ensure that we keep our private school system at the way we've kept it. I've been able to raise the teacher minimum pay since I've been there, which we will do going forward. there's multiple reasons to keep me in office. The main reason is leadership and seniority. Those things are huge. With term limits now moved out to 10 years, it's going to take 6 to 10 years for a member to get built up in leadership. I chair legislative council. Legislative council runs the legislature outside of the session. You be the speaker to get higher than that in the House of Representatives. So multiple reasons to reelect me. But like I said, as far as me pitting myself against my opponent or any opponent, I'm never going to be that guy. I'm not here to pick a fight. I'm here to serve the people and do the best I can for Southeast Arkansas.
Okay, thank you so much for those awesome answers. And I'm going to move over to Chris Jones. There's a question in the chat for you. It says, what are your plans for senior citizen benefits and state retirees as far as the cost of living raises?
Yeah, and hopefully I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm about to enter that area. But so interestingly, just earlier today, I was touring CareLink, which provides Meals on Wheels, and having conversations with senior citizens about their issues and their concerns, and some of these same issues came up. I think we certainly want to make sure that we're providing enough resources into the retirement systems, and we can do that. If you look at our budget, we currently have a $1.6 billion budget, and we had one in this last cycle, and we're projected to have a $1 billion budget going forward. So we can certainly provide the resources to make sure that our senior citizens can make ends meet, and that's something that, as governor, I'll make sure that we have a focus on.
Okay, for the ones that are actually on the Zoom or on the call, are there any more questions for either candidates for tonight? I have asked all the questions that were in the chat or that were sent to me earlier.
I have two questions. One I saw on Facebook Live, and she's asking this to all candidates. She says that Arkansas families that have children with disabilities have to face an extremely long backlog in order to get services. How would you fix this?
You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
We actually have already started that fix. We moved some and designated some tax dollars to the waiting list, and we've been able to take members off of the waiting list over the last few years. It's not as fast as I would like to see. I have a niece, my brother's daughter, that is on that waiting list. She's number 900, I think, or 870 the last time we checked. I would like to see that waiting list brought down to possibly zero. But the cost of that and the number of nurses and the number of physical therapists and the number of folks that it takes to do that is just unachievable to do overnight. The money can be put there at the state level now with the surplus the way it was. But you also have to look at the budget and look through teacher pay and state police pay and all the other things that we have to do to be able to achieve that. But I think it's something that we are moving towards, and we're moving towards it in a rapid rate. We did move some money a couple months ago to do some training on certain aid positions because the waiting list had moved rather rapidly.
Okay, all right. Mr.
Yeah,
Jones?
Like Rep. Wardlaw, I would certainly be committed to putting the resources in necessary to eliminate that wait list. I mean, as I've traveled the state, I've been to all 75 counties. I'm doing a mile in every county, and it's one of the consistent things that comes up: the wait list for children with disabilities, the wait list for other healthcare services is just far too long. And so, I think it's a commitment to putting in the resources to actually serving and meeting the needs of our Kansans. And the same is true with our mental health services and our drug addiction services in terms of making sure that we are putting the resources there. But there's another piece to it. We don't adequately use technology to improve our efficiency with matching, to improve our communications and the ability for folks to be able to quickly identify the available resources that are there and be connected with those resources in a more real-time fashion. The technology is available, and we just need to start to implement it.
Okay, all right. And then I have a question of my own, and this would be for Mr. Jones. Your opponent, when she started, I heard her mention cutting the state income tax. Is this something that you will address as well if elected? And how would you resolve issues that may occur by cutting the income tax, the state income tax?
Yeah, I heard that as well. She mentioned them a couple times and said that she wanted to eliminate the income tax. As a mathematician, to me, the numbers have to add up. And I agree also with Jeff Wardlaw when he talked about the importance of doing the research and looking at other examples. And so the first thing I say you do is you have to look at examples of where income tax is eliminated across the country. And there's Texas, and Texas doesn't have income tax, but they have property taxes through the roof. There's Florida, they don't have income tax, but they have sales taxes through the roof. So eliminating the income tax actually will be a tax increase on certain populations that are already struggling. And then you look at Kansas, they eliminated the income tax and their educational system collapsed. And that is not something that we want to do here in Arkansas. Now, that being said, I certainly am a proponent of cutting taxes. I think we can, particularly in an environment where we do have a surplus, we want to ease the pain on folks that are dealing with so much, but I think we have to comprehensively look at it. Let's look at what savings can we do to sales taxes? What savings can we do to income tax? But certainly eliminating 55% of the state's revenue. Then the next question is, what are you going to cut? Education, law enforcement, bridges, or what are you going to privatize? Because the only other way to do that is to privatize everything. And I don't want to see in Arkansas where my educational system, my prison system, my health system are all privatized.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That's all I have, Miss Bettina.
Okay, we would like to thank both candidates for actually, showing up tonight. It means a lot for you to take some time out of your night to spend with us with the NAACP as we, ask questions and make it available for the public. And so if nothing else, I'll turn it back over to President Pace.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. For those that are here, did we miss any other candidate that may have shown up that was a state candidate? Okay. All right, listen, we thank you guys so much. You taking the time out of your schedule to attend this forum for us at Drew County NAACP branch 6042, all the way down here in Monticello, Arkansas. I'm major excited, yes, for real, that we make a difference, and this is our goal, is to continue to make a difference by educating our community on your office, making sure that we have, I think Mr. Wardlaw addressed it, making educated choices, making sure that we know our candidates and know that we are voting for someone that appeals to what we are looking for, not just propaganda, not just politics, not just jargon, not just all of these things that can be done during our time, our voting time, but we really want to vote for candidates that reach our hearts and what we think will reach us as well. Miss Bettina, your hand is up.
Yes, actually, I think a few more questions will probably come through the chat later. I see one is trying to come through. I'm not sure if it's my connection or whatever, but I will ask both candidates if you will pay attention to our Facebook page. So as questions come, we will still post those questions, and hopefully you all will take the time to answer them. So the people that submitted them will still get their answer, even if they didn't get it live on this forum.
Okay. All right. All right. Any other hands, Mr. Wardlaw?
Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind, I could answer Miss Rawls's questions. She has a couple in here.
Okay.
On the human development, first off, I'll take the retiree question, which is first. One of the things we did to give that cost of that living expense raise is by lowering the insurance premium to $17. That's about $350 a month that they'll save. So that's $350 a month you'll see in a raise if you take out the new Medicare Advantage plan insurance. On the you asked, do you foresee the HDC center closing in the future? I'm going to fight with every tooth and nail I have to make sure the Human Development Centers stay open across this state. They serve a very important population and they take care of that population very well. And I don't know if you guys remember, but about 10 years ago, there was a group came in and sued the state of Arkansas in a federal court and tried to shut down our Human Development Centers. There was a group of us that worked really hard to ensure that they stay open. You have my commitment that if I'm reelected, I will continue to fight for Human Development Centers every day, tooth and nail. We still have to ensure that community services are offered for those patients that are in our communities and to make sure those people serve a very functional and independent life. But the folks that cannot do that need to have a place to go, and the Human Development Center is absolutely the best place for that. You ask about the internet sales tax and how much is brought to the state. That is a number that we can only tell you that what we collected before the internet sales tax and what's after, because it's not a different sales tax than the normal sales tax. So it's very difficult to see that number, but it has, our sales tax monies have increased since we've collected internet sales tax. I just can't give you an exact dollar figure on that, but it has increased. So that should have answered those questions she had in the chat. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Okay, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, appreciate it. I just had a couple of things to kind of close out, but I'll answer a couple of the questions that were there. First of all, if elected as governor, if I'm blessed to serve as governor, I certainly would work along with Jeff Wardlaw to keep the HDCs open. I'm a child of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which is not too far from Monticello, and I've spent time in South Arkansas. My mom, I'm a 7th generation Arkansan, so we've been in the state for over 200 years, and my family spent time down there. And so one of the things I want to say is that your work is so important because what you do is you amplify voice. And what's been critical to me throughout the entirety of this campaign and even before then was how do we work to make sure that people that have been left out of the process and unheard get a space at the table and make sure that their voice is at the table when decisions are made. So with that, the other thing I'll say is that if you all want to reach out to me, my email address is chris@chrisforgovernor.com. It's just chris@chrisforgovernor.com. Certainly, reach out. We have always fought for this to be an inclusive campaign. And I certainly would look forward to serving as a governor who's willing and ready to serve all Arkansans. And then y'all just please keep up the work. The only way that we're going to get those 1 million folks out to vote and really have a true democracy is if you all are doing the hard work that you're doing. So please, please, please keep it up. I'm excited about what you're doing, and I'm excited about what's to come.
Okay, thank you so much. And again, we are grateful for you all that have joined in tonight. I'm going to ask that you do something where our time is up, which I see Mr. Wardlaw's hand up. But those of you who have, I'll get to you, Mr. Wardlaw. Those of you who have joined us tonight, if you joined later and did not get a chance to put your name in the chat for your presence, if you are a guest, please place your name in the chat as a guest. If you are a member of the Drew County NAACP, then please place your name in there. So this is still our official membership, general membership meeting, and we have to record your presence. If you had a phone number and you are on by phone, please place your phone number and your name by it so that our secretary can make sure that it is recorded, your presence is recorded. The final thing tonight, I'm going to ask Ms. Lambert, many of you are here who are not members of the Drew County NAACP, and I want our membership chair to tell you how you can actually join in the work. We have a huge vision. We've been doing great work, and we got more work to come. We are putting our boots on the ground. So Ms. Lambert, would you tell them how, and then after Ms. Lambert tells us that, I'll need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Pace. Anyone who is not presently a member of the NAACP and especially unit number 6042, you can join. You can contact me, Lou Lambert, at 870-723-4590, or you can go on the website, the national website, and NCAA.org. NAACP. I'm trying to read with somebody to type it here, NAACP.org, and join there. You can join online. It's an easy process. It's $30 adults for
It's $30 for adult membership annually, and then you have choices of lifetime membership, which several on here are lifetime members, and it will explain it all on the national website, which is the NAACP.org. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting on tonight?
Madam President, this is Anthony Jackson. I move that this meeting be adjourned.
I second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Mr. Anthony Jackson and Ms. Lambert to adjourn the meeting for tonight. God bless you all and see you on this journey.